stop. Wait, stop. Well, I'm coming home, I've done my time. I've got to know what is and isn't mine. If you receive my letter telling you I'd soon be free, then you'll know just what to do if you still want me. If you still want me. Well, tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. It's been 3 long years. Do you still want me? If I don't see a ribbon round the old oak tree, well, I stay on the bus, forget about us, put the blame on me. If I don't see a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. Bus driver, please look for me, 'cause I couldn't bear to see what I might see. 'Cause I'm really still in prison, and my love, she holds the key. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Simple yellow ribbons, what I need to set me free. I wrote and told her, please, oh, tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. It's been 3 long years. Do you still want me? If I don't see a ribbon round the old oak tree, well, I'll stay on the bus, forget about us, put the blame on me. If I don't see a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. Fingers crossed. I got everything crossed. Now the whole damn bus is cheering, and I can't believe I see 100 yellow ribbons round the old oak tree. I'm coming home. Look at him. Tie a ribbon round the old oak tree. Ba-dum-bum. Tie a ribbon round the old oak tree. Ba-dum-bum. Tie a ribbon round the old oak tree. Tie a ribbon round the old oak tree. Ba-dum-bum. Look what my baby did for me. Ba-dum-bum. Oh, she still loves me. So you might be wondering, what the heck was that all about? One thing about having your own podcast, your own show, as you know, if you've been following me on WBXO, and Facebook is impossible now. The whole opening scene, like the sounds of freedom, the sounds of summer, seagulls flying free, birds flying free, the ice cream man coming down the block, all the wonderful feelings that lead up to tying a yellow ribbon, because I did my time and I'm out of Facebook jail. And I think I talked about it yesterday. Why was I in Facebook jail? Oh, because of all the comments that I got from my Corona concert, which was in excess of 600 comments, and all the birthday wishes that I got on Friday for my birthday, which was in excess of 1,400. I liked and hearted them too fast. So they labeled it as suspicious activity, and they blocked me from making any posts or any comments or any hearts or any likes or anything for 3 days. So I put it up on Facebook, just a couple of words from the lyrics, tie your yellow ribbon, blah, blah, blah. And everybody's congratulating me, and it was great. But they thought it was either, number one, I was saying I was finally free from cancer, and or I was free from relationships. And so they were all congratulating me, and that's why I finally had to say, listen, I appreciate it, and I love all the comments, but I was just talking about getting out of Facebook jail. And then when they found out why, they were like, are you kidding me? What is wrong with them? I really don't know what's wrong with them. I really don't. It's a power trip. It's maybe they think there's subliminal messages in there that have to do with the election. I really have no idea. But if they feel comfortable enough to break one of our main constitutionals and eliminate free press like they did with the New York Post on all the Biden information that is now flying all over the place, abusing Chinese children and crack pipes and everything to do with the Ukraine and everything else. And I think they did it on Twitter too. And they have no problems, and nobody's come to the New York Post or Twitter's Age or and said, hey, whoa, wait a minute. You can't put that up there. You can't do that. It's freedom of the press. You can't deny that. Put that back up. You can't block it. That's ours. And that's what I've been telling people for years. They're still putting up that thing on Facebook. I'm hereby giving notice that anything I post and all pictures that I post is my property and nobody's allowed to. No. You gave all that up when we signed up for Facebook. We signed that acknowledgement, the agreement that nobody reads, and saying that we understand that we're giving up any rights to pictures and this and that. So when we go to complain and make a complaint that somebody stole our pictures or somebody stole our thought for the day or whatever else it is, and we're looking for some kind of retaliation or some kind of recourse, and it doesn't happen, we don't understand why. We gave those rights up when we first signed up. So I understand that part of it. But if you're going to silence me for 3 days, could you at least tell me why? Makes no sense to me. Anyway, so welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Podcast number, who knows, today on Tuesday, October 20th, 2020, to the Sonny the Songfather Grosso podcast. And like I said, I put up a whole bunch of posts when I, release it, publish it, whatever they call it. And I really am. I'm enjoying it, and I'm having fun with it, and people seem to be enjoying it. And I heard from somebody today that it's being shared, and all over Europe and Italy and Serbia and. What else? Well, some other place, some outrageous place, Australia, which is wonderful too. So, people are enjoying it. I think they like the free speech. I think they like the way I talk, but I think they like the freshness of not being under corporate directives of what you're allowed to say and not allowed to say and how you got to say it. And I'm just here to have fun, entertain, maybe educate a little bit where I can, and just, give you an hour. And maybe we will go to 2 down the road and give you then a couple of hours of just release from what the hell is going on outside our doors and our windows. And I'm glad to do it, and I'm happy to do it because I enjoy it as much as you do. So there you go. So still dealing with insurance company on trying to get the hyperbaric oxygen therapy in there. They are out of control. They have no problem at all taking your money. No problem. And they think, well, you know what, maybe we are, but they think that we're stupid that we don't realize that. But, I realize it. It's like car insurance too. They have no problem taking the money, whatever it is, $1,000, $2,000 a year, by what? it got to be in excess of let's say, I'll be conservative, 250 million people, if not more, that are driving, that need insurance to drive. Why do you need that? Oh, because then people can't sue if there's an accident, okay? So, originally was to stop you from losing your house if you had an accident, and God forbid somebody was seriously hurt or died or whatever. So now you have insurance. You don't have to worry about losing your house. Well, you kind of do, because if you have too many accidents, they drop you, then you don't have insurance. Then you do. It's just, it's easy to take the money in. They don't want to pay it out. And that's the case here with me, as my doctor explained. And he's in a process now of putting an appeal together and saying, listen, this isn't elective. This isn't some kind of a cosmetic thing or, a little thing to get high off the oxygen. This is a man that has prostate cancer, that went through radiation treatment, now has radiation cystitis, is in a lot of pain, and this can only help him. What the hell are you doing saying no? You got to wait 3 more months. How inhumane can you be? I guess we'll find out. But it's just unbelievably weird. It's like homeowners insurance, same thing. When we had that hurricane that came through a couple of months ago, was it back in August? And, there were trees down everywhere here in America. On the island of Long, I mean, unbelievable devastation. I couldn't believe it when I drove around, where I could drive around, how many streets were blocked off. And I mean, a branch fell off and smashed the roof of my car. And, it's got a little dent into the size of a fist. It wasn't worth going through all the channels. But it was hanging on a wire. Another part of a tree was hanging down on the wire, big, gigantic branch, and they wouldn't come and do it. Now the wire is, that's your responsibility. I'm sorry, what? It's your responsibility. How is it my responsibility? I didn't put the wire up. You put the wire up. Well, Cable put the wire up. This is an actual conversation I had with them. Well, Cable, I don't know, what company do you have? I said, well, we have Optimum, Cablevision, whatever. All right, then you have to call them and see. But I can tell you right now, it's probably going to take them at least a month before they can get to everybody and everything else because of so many trees that are down. Yeah, okay. So if I go and remove the wire and electrocute myself, then what happens? Or if I go and remove the wire and damage something, they're going to come back and charge you. What'd you do? What'd you touch it for? Well, because number one, we had to get the tree out of the road because, guess what? They don't come and take that either. I argued with them, too. I stopped a Town of Hempstead truck that actually stopped at the corner, saw us trying to move this gigantic piece of a tree, out of the street. And I said, could you help us out here, pull this aside and maybe get the chipper or give me a number I got? Oh, we don't do that. You don't do what? No, we don't take those. Then what are you doing here? What are you doing driving past my house and seeing me with one other guy, 3 kids and 2 women trying to move this friggin' thing? And what are you doing? You're just driving around to have a good laugh? I don't understand it. What do you mean you don't do that? So if we get it down and somebody, has a saw or a chainsaw and we can cut it down into pieces and move it to the curb, how do we get it picked up? Oh, no, we don't do that either. You don't pick it up either from the curb? No. Are you not the Town of Hempstead? Well, yeah, but we have nothing to do with that. So we have to pay to have it, take to a dump? Yeah. Oh, my God. I was like, you got to be nuts. Who the hell would want to own a house now, especially here on the island of Long, and especially in Merrick? Taxes are into the 20,000s, and it's supposed to go up again. And now because of all this, it's supposed to go up again. So Governor Nipples, instead of stepping in and doing something about that, no. You know what he's going to do? He's taking the bonus away from the lighting company, PSEG out here. That'll teach him. What'll teach him? Most of them lost their power because the trees fell down and ripped the wires out. So PSEG isn't around, getting around fast enough for you, Mr. Nipples, so now you're going to penalize them? So go ahead. You're going to take their bonus away? Then the rates are going to go up. And then he threatens, well, we'll just get another company. How many different power companies you think are going to step in? The man is out of control. The man is out of control. His latest thing now is he is going to decide on his own. He's going to decide whether we're going to get a vaccine for this COVID-19 here in New York, in the state of New York, and he will approve it. And he will have his own committee that will delve into it and see what they come up with. And then he will decide who gets it and who doesn't get it. But he will, his words, but it will be mandatory. What the heck? Oh, my God, you friggin' clueless dictator that you are. You got to be kidding me. Unbelievable. Governor Nipples. Some people like when I say that, in my family, too. Some people hate when I say that. That's not nice. Don't say that. What are you talking about? He's a self-serving dignitary with 1 year to go. That's it. And, already in his mind feels, that's right. Nobody can run against me and win. Hey, take it easy there. Take it easy. So speaking of PSEG, got a call today. And I was waiting for a call back from an insurance company that out at my aunt's house, that was Daddy-O's house, when we had the big storm and the windstorm and everything else, big tree, same thing, same scenario, came and put a hole in the roof. So when I was finally told about it, I went out there. It was, it was like an hour drive, but who cares? And I go out there and check it out. I take pictures and then I cover it. With a nice piece of metal and put some bricks on top of it to hold it down. So at least the rain will run about and some of it will trickle in, but it's the best we could do right now. I got home. I went online, boom, boom, bing, put everything in. Here's the pictures. Here's this. And a day later, I get a call from them. All right, we have everything right here, and we're gonna turn it out to our appraiser. The guy that you guys used once before, I don't remember his name, Frank, he say. I said, oh yeah, I remember him. Yeah, well, he's not with us anymore. So, but we want to get this expedited, so we're gonna have a guy out there. This was on Friday. We'll have a guy out there Tuesday morning. Is that okay? I said, yeah, sure. I'll meet him out there. Okay. So I go and I meet the guy. He was supposed to be there at 9 o'clock. He was there at 8:56. Nice job. And I'm sorry, he's supposed to be at 8 o'clock and showed up at 7:56. And he had a helper with him. Turned out to be his stepson. What does that got to do with the story? Really nothing. But came all the way from Vegas, and they signed him to the East Coast. So he's going up and down the states because the gigantic hurricane before that was devastating enough, and it's just not enough to go around. So anyway, he does what he's got to do, and he does what he has to do. Boom, this and that. Okay, so all right, you're gonna get it. We're gonna give you a new roof, front and the back, because a nice tree fell on the front too, but it didn't put a hole in it. But it banged it enough where in his opinion, which I agreed with it, but I didn't ever think we'd get it. Needs to be replaced, and I'm going to replace some gutters that got banged up too, and 2 windows. And okay, great. The only thing is that when it's time to do it, we'll notify you. You have to remove the tree, off the roof. You can leave it on the ground and then hire somebody to come take it away, but we'll send you a check for that. $450. That should cover whoever you're going to get to come take those big branches from the front and the back and grind them up or chip them, sort them, whatever they got to do and cart it away. But we won't touch it if it's on the roof, so that's up to you. If you want to pay somebody to do it or try it yourself or whatever. Okay. So now you wait and this goes by. I'm doing my own thing trying to survive here in life. And so, yeah, nothing's happened yet. And I said to Chris, have we heard or got any check from the insurance company? She said no. And, Daddy-O is directing things from up in heaven, because the next day she gets a thing in the mail saying that the adjusters, the claims company, is done with their part of what they had to do, and they okayed everything that needs to be done and sent it off to the insurance company. Okay. And at the end of September, I'm like, wow, it's almost the end of October. What the hell is going on? So now I've been trying all day. I call. I'm on the phone. I'm on hold with the claims people. They finally pull up this. Okay, everything's here. Everything's been done. We're done with our part. We signed off on it. I go, whoa, what does signed off mean? Well, it means we're done. We don't have nothing else to do. But is it been approved? Oh, yeah, we approved it. It's necessary, and they'll take care of it. Okay. Thank you very much. So that was like a half hour, 45 minutes between being put on hold and then I keep trying to get the insurance company. And then I finally get that, and then it's a voicemail. It's a voicemail, and I know, you recognize the voice. It's for a cellular phone. So nobody's in the office. Is it still because of COVID? I don't know. They're in the city, and we're here on the island of Long. And so I leave a message. I wait, like an hour goes by, nobody calls me back. So I'm going to be a bit of a pain in the ass now because there's more rain coming. They had a whole bunch of rain out here yesterday, and my aunt was saying it was pouring through the roof like Niagara Falls, which of course it wasn't, but any water coming in, I understand. So I call them back, and I get somebody. All right, hold on. What's the account number and the claim number? Okay, boom. All right, hold on. I'm on hold with them for another 20 minutes. All right, you know what? Let me find out what happened here. It says that we received it, but I can't find the report from the adjusters, so I'll call you back. That was almost 2 hours ago. Again, they have no problem taking your money, but when it comes time to pay out, there's a lot of people we got to pay. I really don't care. I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody else, but stop. I'm here. I'm on the phone with you now. I talked to you, the claims company, already. They sent it to you almost a month ago. So you should have had somebody out there. But now they're going to shop. I guess they shop it out now to see who can get the best price for going. Meanwhile, I told them I got an 80-year-old aunt that's alone in the house there, right? That's losing her mind, whatever's left of it. And we need that thing covered. Could you at least send somebody out there to temporarily just screw something, or staple something in that covers the hole so the rain can run over it so it don't come into the house anymore? I will get back to you. Nothing yet. Makes me crazy. Makes me angry. Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I was angry. What TV show is that from? Does anybody know? So anyway, now we get on to PSEG. So I get a call this morning, and I recognize the phone number, but I don't recognize the phone number. Did that ever happen to you? So I said, because if I don't know the phone number, I don't answer it. That's it. If it's important, they'll call back or they'll leave a message. And I don't answer it. Okay. Disappears, voicemail. Okay, so then somebody's leaving me a message, and I click on the voicemail. It says, hi, this is, they didn't even leave a name. There's a representative from PSEG, your, whatever, your local power company, however they phrased it. We're just calling to let you know that due to a lack of payment, your electricity all power will be turned off within 30 minutes if you don't call us back. So you can push 1 now or call us back at boom, 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 boom. So I was like, wow, what a scam. Can you imagine, like my aunt, or you imagine people that are living alone, males, females, it doesn't matter, especially, the elderly, that are into their 80s and everything else, and they get a call like that. They're going to push 1, because most of the time they answer the damn phone anyway, if they can hear. But that's going to happen. And they're going to push 1, and then boom. All right, well, the records here say, let me see. What's your policy number? Okay, and they may believe they're writing it down, and they're gonna. And what's your name, your last name, and your address? Okay, and as proof that you are the owner of this policy, I need your date of birth or your social security number, whichever one you feel comfortable with doing it. And before you know it, their identity is stolen. Or they will say, all right, well, why don't you in good faith give us the routing number and everything off your checking account and put $50 in. If we're wrong, you're $50 ahead of next month's bill anyway. So you're in a no-lose situation. Oh, God, thank you. I don't want my power to be turned off. And they give them that all information. Next thing you know, they're wiped out. which is horrible. It's a horrible thing to do. And the people like that are just, they're popping up all over the place. It's because, COVID and, they haven't been able to do their normal scams, out in the street. I don't know. But, you want to help out the United States of America. Why don't you put together a task force like that? Beef it up. I know there's some kind of a task force out there, but beef it up. And go to these internet scammers and these telephone scammers that are indeed putting us further and further into the hole monetarily wise, because you're stealing everybody's money. You're stealing and then who's going to pay it? Then the insurance company's got to pay it. And then they got to raise their rates because it's an ugly, vicious cycle. But nobody's doing anything about it. And it makes you wonder, hey, is the government behind this? It's the same thing with the medical scams, and they call up and they find out who the hell they are, and they pay to get lists of possible victims. And we have your grandson. This is Sergeant so and so from the 3rd Precinct, and we have your grandson here, and he already used up his one phone call, but out of the goodness of our heart, he gave us your number to call, and he can't be released until he puts up a bail of $2,500. And if you could send that over to us now, we could have him released within a half hour. And to this day, still, as much publicity as those kind of scams get, people are still doing it. And then, they think they're doing the right thing. They're doing it from their heart. They're doing it for their family, their granddaughter, their grandson, whatever. The same scams call up. I have your niece here, or your goddaughter, or your granddaughter, or your grandson, whatever. This is, Johnson County Hospital. And it was in a very serious accident and is in and out of a coma. And we can't proceed with anything until we have some kind of a insurance policy or a check. We could take it over the phone or a credit card if you want. You can give it over the phone. We need $3,500 so we can go in. There's possible surgery needed, and we got to secure a room. Oh my God! Boop! Here's all the information. Next thing you know, their account is wiped out. So I got distracted by, guess what? Another cardinal right outside the window again. That's so cool. And so it's horrible. So why don't you put something together like that and then publicize what this crew is doing? Just locked up 25 people. Just locked up this. We're still getting things from Nigeria. You just won $13 million in the lotto. You just you're a distant relative of yours passed away, leaving an estate of $6 million. You're the only surviving relative that was listed, or whatever they say. But if you send this and that, I can have it delivered to you. And people are still doing it. And I've had people come to me, multimillionaires, which shocks the crap out of me, and say, listen, I'm going to run something by you. Yeah, go ahead, what? I got this in the mail, or I got this in my email. And what do you think? About what? What do you think? Should I do it? And then I'm very sarcastic at times. Whether anybody can believe that. And I would say, yeah, I think you should do it. You know what? Let me do it for you. What do they want? They want me to send them $3,500. In return, I get back $3 million. I said, oh, okay, that's great. Then you know what? Give me $3,500 in cash, so they don't get your checking account, and I'll just go and I'll get a money order made for it, and I'll take care of it for you. You'll do that? I said, yeah. Oh, good. I'll cut you in. Then I go, you friggin' moron! You would give me $3,500 cash? I trust you. Okay. But you hesitated for a little bit. Well, it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right with me, and you've known me for how long? But you have no problem sending somebody in Nigeria that says you're a direct descendant of blah, 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 and you're going to send them $3,500. What is wrong with you? How did you make your millions? Unbelievable. So anyway, be alert. Be alert. You know what the old saying is, if it sounds too good to be true, it is. Well, the saying I told you yesterday or Friday, I forget on whichever podcast it was, Shelley Levine, had the same philosophy. Let common sense prevail. Okay? I tell people that get notified about this scheme. You won the what do you call it? Great Britain lottery. A good friend of mine came to me. He says, it says I won $8 million in the Great Britain lottery. They took it, from my name was just put in off my email address. And I said, okay. So did you enter this lottery? Well, no. I said, how would they get your email address? I don't know. I guess they just what? Type in asshole and see whose names come up? What's wrong with you? Oh, yeah, I guess it's not real, huh? No, it's not real. All right. Anyway, I'm having fun. Well, stick with the idea of scamming. You believe? I don't, but I'm entitled not to. But do you possibly believe that they've already received over 30 million early votes for the presidency of the United States of America? 30 million? Blink your eyes. A few days ago it was only 9 million. And the day before that it was 6 million. Where are they all coming from? All of a sudden, they're all just showing up. By the time the debate comes Thursday night, it's going to be 60 million. And trends are starting to show that Biden is increasing his lead now, and or they're going to say, and in a strange and predictable twist of events, President Donald Trump is now ahead after being behind 14 points. Is now ahead 18 points, and it's going to be a battle to the end, ladies and gentlemen. Just to twist everybody's freaking colon one more time before the election comes. I cannot believe that 30 million votes are in already. I just don't. That's why they're pushing so hard. And the only way that number could be true is the idiots. And if you are one of them, I'll apologize now. But they did it online, because everything, every social media, every email address, everything you go to online is vote. Vote right now. Don't worry about going to the polls. You're worried about COVID? Don't worry about it. You could vote right here. Boom, boom. Just click this thing right here and put your vote in. Everything is being tracked on there. Who it is, where you live, what you voted for, what party you went for, all the way down the line. This is supposed to be, an honor to be able to vote. It is our duty. It is not mandatory. It's an honor to do that. But the whole point behind that whole honor to do that is I vote for who I want, and I have my reasons why. I'm not on no campaign trail with anybody. I don't have to explain to anybody. I'm not just saying me. I'm talking about in general. I don't have to explain to anybody who I voted for and why I voted. That's my own privilege. I will go in, I will do my civic duty, make my votes and everything else, seal up that envelope, throw it in the box. Now, everything can be tracked. Remember what I told you guys a while back about making plans to have lunch with my friend? We were doing it through texting, and then we were done, and within 5 minutes, my phone says to me, would you like me to put that into your calendar? That freaked me out. Forget about Alexa and this and that and Google, and everybody's listening through, those little discs, the Echo Dot. I got one now, and everybody's listening into it. I'm like, yeah, who the hell wants to listen to me? But you never know. But this is proven. Everything you do on the internet, everything is saved forever. Even if you think you can delete it off your laptop or your home lap or your phone, whatever, it's already out there. You can delete it off your phone, absolutely. But if an investigation needs to be done, how do you think they grab all these pedophiles? And all these guys that have kiddie porn on, thousands and thousands of pictures of kiddie porn, but they erased it off their computer. How do you think the authorities know to come in and scoop them up? Because the trail is there. It's there forever. So, always try to do the right thing in life for sure, but be smart too. What does it take? If you can get up and get in your car and throw a mask on and go get gas and go buy cigarettes and go buy food and go visit and go to birthday parties and everything else, you can certainly get in your car, throw on your mask, go down to the local voting place and place your vote the way it's been always done since, 200 years already. So that's my little piece on that. And sticking with the vote, government, police agencies throughout the United States of America are jumping at supporting Donald Trump. because of the other side doing all the defunding and saying we don't need police and we don't need this and we don't need that. Okay. If there's any mistakes that they made on that side of this battle coming up, it's that. If that was your agenda to defund police and everything, why don't you get your guys elected first and then do it? You know, do you really believe that there are that many cop haters out there? They're not. There's a lot of people that don't understand. There's a lot of people that want to bitch and moan about them, and they did this and they did that and everything else. But push comes to shove, 99%, if they're in trouble, if something happened to their house, if somebody's banging on their door with a hatchet and everything else, you know, saying, here's Johnny, they're calling the cops and they want them there like in 11 seconds. So that part is understood. You want to debunk them? You want to defund them? You want to get rid of them? You want to shut them down, as some states wanted to do? Well, you'll lose the election. If you're a Democrat, you'll lose the election. And if you're a Republican, they're going to applaud you. Thank you for doing that, because you just sent them over to us. So stupid. Everything is supposed to be about we the people, not you the politicians. We the people. Son of a bitch. So anyway, what do we got here? World Series tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I don't know how many people give a shit anymore about that, with all the politics that, got intertwined with the entertainment that is supposed to be the entertainment of sports. So I don't know. I know NBA viewership is into the toilet. NFL is into the toilet. MLB kind of stayed pretty strong, but I think it was because it took so long, to come on board, and it was a shortened season. So I don't know. But, starts tonight. Tampa Bay Rays against the L.A. Dodgers. Came back from an unbelievable 3-1 deficit to tie up the series and then win Game 7 after being way behind in that, too. And so starts tonight. We're going to have 10 or 20,000 people in the stands. Everybody's supposed to have a mask, and we'll see how that's enforced. But I might take a little peek at it just to remember what it's like to have people in the stands, because I had the hardest time watching the Yankees when they were in Yankee Stadium. Before, at least they covered up the empty seats, but for a good, maybe the first half of the shortened season, every angle showed empty seats. It was damn depressing. At least when it's covered, it kind of takes the idea out of your mind, you know. And then you go to the other stadiums with the cardboard cutouts, and they had fun with it, and they sold it, and they generated some income by doing that. You know, for $100, we'll put you in the stands, and you'll be able to see your face. You know, and most of the cardboard cutouts will be right behind the dugout and behind home plate. That was it. So, and like for $500 or $1,000, whatever the freaking number was, we'll put you right up there in the first row, right behind home plate. You'll be seen with every pitch and whatever. So at least it was a smart idea to try to generate some revenue for what's being lost, because it's devastating. And this whole COVID thing, people don't understand. A lot of inconveniences, that goes without saying. A lot of hardship and downright depressing things happen with jobs and food, and it's horrible. Restaurants are closing. He just talking about here in New York, the city. Restaurants are closing. Looks like they're not going to be able to ever open up again. Landlords are ready to go through the roof. They're not receiving their rent. They still have to pay their, property taxes and their rent and their leases and everything else they got to do. They still got to put heat up as the cold weather is coming. And they're going to have to pay for that all themselves, since they're not getting it from the tenants. So what are you going to do? You're going to throw the tenants out in the street? There's nobody coming into New York right now anyway to fill them. So, real estate is down. Everything is down. Broadway is closed down. Movie theaters are closed down. So schools. So we haven't even seen the devastation, the aftermath of this once the vaccine is done, or they're able to compile something like the president took to get himself better and people in his staff. Okay. Once that's all done, and that's not a problem anymore, per se, the aftermath is going to be just, if not more, devastating, because now everybody's feeling better. There's no restaurants now. My favorite restaurant is closed. My favorite this is closed. J.C. Penney's is gone. Century 21 is gone. Lord and Taylor is gone. Everything is going to be done online now. You can't even fathom what's going to happen and the anguish that's going to take over again when you get lulled into that easiness and sleep. It's not that we're being hypnotized. We are very good at adapting as human beings, number one, but as citizens of the United States, as New Yorkers, New York tough, you hear that all the time. We're good at adapting. We're bitching, screaming, you got to be fucking kidding me, blah, 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 blah. All right, but we'll do it. And we adapt to it, and we make that part of our daily routine. And, that anxiety dwindles away a little bit as we go through. Once this is all done and that sense of relief comes over, like, we don't have to worry about this COVID anymore. There's a vaccine for it, Okay, great, this is going to be terrific, boom. And then you want to go back to life. And your job is telling you, I'm sorry, there is no more job. Or I can only take you back 3 days a week instead of full days. And restaurants, like I said, are closing. Broadway. And it's not just Broadway ticket sales that are eliminated. The jobs there are eliminated. The lighting guys, the prop guys, the stage people, the actors, musicians, bartenders, ticket takers, Lilco, that are paying electric bills for running the shows and keeping them up, and matinees go. I mean, it just goes on and on and on, and there's no money out there. And then you got a Pelosi people saying, "Well, I don't want to give you guys any money right now. We need it for other things. But if we can come to an agreement within the next, now it's down to what, I don't even know how many hours are left in her impasse. We can come to an agreement. I'll push it through. You'll push it through. Really? Okay. You know what? Today's the 20th. So 10, 14, 15 days is the election. Well, wait. If Donald Trump doesn't win, they'll still do their stimulus check. It'll be called, a celebration check, whatever they come up with. So it's not that we're not going to get it. It's just that we're not going to get it now, no matter what happens. That's why she put that 48-hour notice thing, because she wanted it done in time for this debate. So it's not going to happen. We still got 2 days to go, but it's not going to happen. That's just my humble opinion. After all, I am the Songfather, but I also am the World Father. So, in fact, all the, even the shows on TV, I don't know how they did it, but you don't know the difference. Not that I'm I'm not at all a soap opera watcher, but sometimes it'll be on, like after I'll be doing work at the table. And of course I'll have, not Wheel of Fortune, with that. Let's Make a Deal. And then The Price is Right. Then the news after that. And then I don't change the channel. So you'll have, after the news is over at 12:30, then you have, The Dumb and the Breastless and, I don't know, some of the other things that are on. But they're the first to jump and go back to live. How they do it and how they're filming it from different angles. I really don't know how they're getting past the COVID restrictions, but they're doing it. But so many other TV shows. But when you get to Netflix, like shows like You, which is, in my opinion, a better takeoff than Dexter, because there's a lot of comic moments in it too. So, but that Dead to Me with Christina Applegate, same thing. Same kind of a dark, macabre kind of a show, but with a lot of humor and sex put into it too. And The Boys, which was, if you remember the show Heroes that came out on Channel 4, my God, such a long time ago now, but, I was really they sucked me right into that show, because I believe something similar to those things could happen. And they all had, superpowers, and they were all trying to reconnect all around the world. And it's the same thing with The Boys. But that's another very funny, scary, entertaining show with the possibility. But it is disguising itself as being in the future. But it's today. There's the leader of the country that's the leader of the boys that's in with the conglomerates, that's very egotistical and very USA minded, and screw the rest of the world. I only care about that, you know. So if you know that, if you're you know, intelligent enough to pay attention to what's going on across the country, and then you watch the show, you got to laugh, you know, you just got to chuckle. So, but, you know, they're on hold until, and it says in big things, after you binge watch it and you get hooked, looks good for 2021, should be returning in 2021. You know, everything's been approved, you know, whatever. The Songfather show will be returning in 2021. Doesn't say when, doesn't say how, because we got to see what happens now, from now all the way through till March, when the temperatures dip across the country up here in the north, especially up in Canada, and you know, see what happens down south. Does it spread back down there again? Do people start flying from up here when it's too cold to go where they eat? You know, do we go back to the 14 days again? And I don't know. It's like a bad Twilight Zone episode, you know. But anyway, let me do a quick little PSA here, and then we come right back and close it up. Close it up, I said. Hello, everybody. Songfather here with a public service announcement from WBXO. You know, when someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you very loud and clear what you need to know. You need to know the sudden signs. Look for FAST, F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. Then T, time. And time's of the essence to call 911 immediately, because the sooner they go to the hospital, the sooner they get treatment, and that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. So know the sudden signs: face, arm, speech, time. Spot a stroke fast. And then visit strokeassociation.org for further information. This is brought to you by the American Stroke Association, the Ad Council, WBXO, and the Songfather. Huh? You like that? Of course you do. That's what I stole off the radio station, WBXO. But yeah, it's very important. That's why I put it up there, because the first sign of a stroke is the stroke in most cases. And that's a scary statistic if you think about it. You know, it's not like, even with my prostate, okay, how did you get the prostate cancer? Well, there were signs, you know, frequent urination, burning, spiking fevers, this, that, boop, up and down, everything else. Okay, then you go and you get your urine test and you get a blood test and this and that. Then they go in and they do biopsies and it comes back from Georgia and boop, yeah, it's cancer. But a stroke, there is none. There's no really telltale sign, you know. I'm dragging my foot, or I'm dragging my leg, or this, or my temperature goes up, or I'm having muscle spasms here. Nothing. It boom. Next thing you know, you got a stroke. And if it's reported early enough, and you get help and get them to a hospital and get them to an emergency room as fast as you possibly can, there's a very good chance that you will divert any leftover problems from the stroke. So remember that. FAST. Do it. So, yeah, so there we go. We had a nice show today, I think. And I rambled on, so I saved a couple for tomorrow. Let me cut these out. And I'll save these for tomorrow. So there you go. Yeah, we're just coming up on about 50 minutes. So everybody have a good rest of the day, Tuesday. I'll be doing a Corona concert. I'm probably going to hold off again till Friday. And maybe I'll just do it once a week. Because there are so many people out there now just flooding the internet and flooding Facebook and everything else, you know, with their songs. And one guy came on, and I'm afraid I have bad news for everybody out there. As he's saying it into a microphone, he's holding it in his hand. I'm like, what the hell is this about? And he goes, whatever his wife's name was, Crystal, I don't know. We went and had ourselves tested, and I came back negative for the COVID-19, but she came back positive, and she has some respiratory issues on top of that, so it's not looking good. So I'd like to sing this song for you right now. And then goes in to sing a song, you know, in Amarada, you know, the one that I love to sing all the time by Dino. Not that I own the song, I'm just saying, If our lips should meet, enamorada. He goes and makes the noise, the announcement with almost like tears in his eyes. How he's positive, and I'm thankful that I'm positive. So I could take care of Camille, I think that her name was. So I could take care of Camille during these hard times. So I'd like to sing a song for you now. And then he goes on to sing. Oh, my God. So anyway, Fridays, okay? So remember to do something good for everybody out there. And I know I might be crazy. Maybe I'm not. But maybe you like the fact that I'm crazy. Maybe not. I don't know. See you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao. Oh! Woo! Friday night, I crashed your party. Saturday, I said I'm sorry. Sunday came and trashed me out again. I was only having fun. I wasn't hurting anyone. And we all enjoyed the weekend for change. I've been stranded in the combat zone. I walked through Bedford style alone. Tino! Even rode my cycle in the rain. And you told me not to drive, but I made it home alive. So you said that only proves that I'm insane. Well, you may be right. I may be crazy. But it just may be a lunatic you're looking for. Turn out the light. Don't try to save me. You may be wrong. For all I know, you may be right. Remember how I found you there, alone in your electric chair. I told you dirty jokes until you smiled. You were lonely for a man. I said, take me as I am, 'cause you might enjoy some madness for a while. Now to think of all the years you tried to find someone to satisfy you, I might be as crazy as you say. If I'm crazy, then it's true, and it's all because of you. And you wouldn't want me any other way. Well, you may be right. I may be crazy, but it just may be a lunatic you're looking for. Turn out the light. Don't try to change me. You may be wrong. All I know, you may be right. Oh, take it. Woo. Come on, baby. You know you love me crazy. Get out of Comac. Get into my bed. You may be right. I may be crazy. Oh, but it just may be a lunatic you're looking for. Well, turn out the light. Don't try to save me. You may be wrong. For all I know, you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. Woo-hoo. You may be wrong, but you may be right. Come on now. Come find out. My front door's wide open. I miss you. That proves I'm crazy.